What is up, you guys? It is a beautiful day here in Fort Worth, Texas, especially with the new 2019 Mustang Bullitt. The best part about having this car is Ford gave me the keys to it for an entire week. Let's go. So yes, one full week with the new Bullitt Mustang. Very thankful, very blessed. Thank you, Ford, for sending me this vehicle to review for you guys, and thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. This will be my full in-depth review of the Bullitt Mustang. I'm going to show you the interior, the exterior, and at the end, I will take it for a drive for you guys. But let's go ahead and jump right into the video. All right, so I know what you guys are thinking. Yes, this is a black Bullitt. I don't know why Ford didn't send me a green Bullitt. They chose to send me a black one, probably because the green one has gotten all the love, and that's completely understandable. Everyone is going to go for a green Bullitt, but for those of you who are more interested in the black version of the Bullitt, I'm not gonna lie, after having this car for 7 days, it has seriously grown on me. It's just such a cool car. The black really does give it more of that sort of under the radar look. I mean, but once you hear this exhaust, there's no under the radar about it. It's just so loud. But let's start off with the front of the Bullitt. So, of course, signature with the Bullitt, you don't have a lot of badging. You don't have anything to really shout that this is a special car. Now, some people may not like that. Some people may like that. Some people may like that sort of mystery going on with the vehicle. But coming up front, you do have the chrome lip right up here. Going to have this gloss black mesh going right there on the top and on the bottom. Now, of course, you do have full LEDs on here, so all your lights are going to be LEDs. You have your signature Mustang daytime running lights. Now, the front of the Mustang is going to be slightly different for 2018. If you guys are not familiar with the 2018 Mustang, this is going to resemble that change that they made for 2018. Now, with the Bullitt, I personally think it looks great. Now, the lack of badges, once again, completely up to you. You do have functional hood vents coming up here, which are slightly designed for 2018, and of course following into 2019, which is what this vehicle is. Now, coming to the wheels, signature wheels with the Bullitt. So these are going to be 19-inch wheels. I think they look great. I do wish they had sort of a more traditional look to them. These look definitely a little bit more modern. They still don't look bad. I just wish they were maybe a little bit wider, a little bit more of like the old school style, but still doesn't look bad. You have your red contrasting Brembo brake right there. 255/40s in the front, and I believe we're going to have 275/40s in the rear, if you guys want to know about tire sizes. And of course, you have the signature chrome lip. You're going to have the chrome coming around the outside of the window of the Bullitt, which, once again, all the black and the chrome, the red, black, everything looks really, really good together. Love the profile of this. So you're not going to have any kind of like a spoiler, anything like that. It's just very, very simple. Definitely not bad looking for a black Bullitt. Now, once again, if you're not familiar with 2018 Mustangs, you have the slightly redesigned tail lamps. Bullitt right here. Now, you also have these blacked out exhaust tips, which look really, really good. Got them over there as well. I'll let you guys go ahead and take a listen to this because it sounds incredible. All right, so getting inside the Bullitt is very easy. You have two ways to do that. You can use either just the key, it has your unlock, your lock, your trunk release, your panic button. You push this button and a little key is going to come out. That way you can get into the car to get your belongings. If the battery on this dies or if the battery on the car dies, you do have your Mustang symbol there on the back. Really nice, pretty hefty key. Of course, you can unlock it with this, or you can walk up to the door. You do have keyless entry, so you're going to have a ribbed pattern right on the top. Place your finger on that. That's going to lock the car. Then there's a touchpad right behind there. You're going to touch that, and that will unlock the car. All right, so starting with the door, now this is going to be traditional Mustang, not really any different than any of the current generation of Mustangs. The only difference is you're going to have this green stitching running right here, specific to the Bullitt. Of course, memory seats, unlock, mirror controls, window controls, pretty standard stuff. You do have a Bullitt plaque right down here. Very nice, sort of brushed aluminum feel, really quality. Aluminum pedals. Even the mats are going to have this green stitching, if you guys can see that at all. So you have green stitching on the mats, which is pretty neat. Of course, powered seats, green stitching on the seats. And of course, it's going to run all along the side. Now, you can option for the Recaro seats if you guys want a little bit more support, but these seats actually do a pretty decent job of holding you in place. And of course, perforations running through the middle. But let's hop in, check out the rest of the interior. All right, so shutting the door on the Bullitt. Actually a really solid thunk. Very nice. All right, so to start the Bullitt, very easy as long as the key is on the inside of the car. Your start button's gonna be right there. Foot all the way on the clutch because this is a stick, and then you're gonna push that to start. And if you guys did see that, you do have a specific startup screen that comes up. So instead of the normal Mustang, you have a Bullitt, which comes up. A very nice little touch. All right, so starting with the steering wheel. So you've got pretty quality leather running through the steering wheel. Now, you don't have green stitching or anything like that running through the middle. If you guys can see that, my camera will focus. Doesn't want to focus. There we go. So you don't have green stitching, just normal black stitching. You do have Bullitt right here in the middle. It's very nice, really brushed aluminum. It just has a quality feel to it. Over here is going to be all your volume, previous, next, mute, cruise control. Over here to the right is going to control your screen here. So if you guys have not already seen this screen, it is absolutely amazing. So first of all, if you switch through the different modes that will configure your screen. So over to the left, you can see normal mode, my mode, which of course is a custom mode, Sport Plus, gauges will change, and then up one more into track, which is my favorite. And then you've got this really cool. Yeah, it looks really sweet. And then of course, if you want to go to drag, it's basically going to look the same as track, snow, wet, basically your normal settings, and then back to normal. But yeah, pretty cool. Your fuel is going to be right down here. Of course, your water temperature is going to be over here. Through the middle, you can customize that to show whatever you want it to show. And yeah, it's a really, really cool screen. I like it a lot. Voice commands down here. Now this pony button, so if you hit that, that's going to take you to different things like my mode, your exhaust mode. So you do have the exhausts on here, so I can go from quiet all the way to track. Pretty big difference. But as you guys heard earlier, the exhaust on here sounds incredible. Back one more, track apps, acceleration timer, brake performance, line lock, and I will show you guys that later. Lap timer, and then a bunch of different things. So a bunch of things you can go through here, launch control, performance shift indicator. So I do have the shift indicator on here, so you guys can see I have it set to right before red line, and it puts a little yellow line wherever you need it, depending on where you set it. Pretty neat. And of course, your music, phone, navigation, settings, and then your phone hang up. Aluminum pieces here on the steering wheel. Right behind here is going to be your wipers. Over to the right, it's going to be your blinkers. You don't have automatic, you don't have your lights over here. They're actually going to be over on this side. So you're going to have automatic lights, automatic high beams, things like that. Interior illumination, your fog lights are going to be over here. You've got some of this brushed sort of aluminum look coming through here. Now, even the dash is going to have green stitching running through there, but it's all soft, lined in leather. You're Bang & Olufsen sound system, which this one does basically have the premium package, the performance pack 1, and then that is what the Bullitt is built off of. So you do have all of the tech and stuff standard on the Bullitt. They are numbered as well, so I have number, let's see here, 28. A lot more of that brushed aluminum. Of course, your pressure, you have this sort of vacuum gauge over here, which I don't know why you'd ever use that. Your screen is nice, very responsive. You do, of course, have Apple CarPlay on here, Sirius radio, your climates, heated steering wheel, all kinds of different things. This is Ford Sync system, which I personally like a lot. It's a very good system, real easy to use. I almost consider it the iPhone of in-car infotainment systems. It's just very, very simplistic. Coming down here, you do have a CD player right there, your power button, volume, tune, heated and cooled seats on both sides. I must say the heated seats on here are the fastest working, and they're the hottest heated seats I've ever used. It's pretty incredible. I love all the switchgear down here. Of course, everything is just pure aluminum. You can flick this up to adjust your steering mode from comfort, normal, and then sport. And this is going to be to adjust your modes, traction control, your hazards, start stop button, of course, a little area here, USB, 12 volt right back here. Now your shifter is a white cue ball shifter. I think it looks really cool. You can tell it has a really solid, substantial feel to it. It's really, really thick. It almost feels like a pool ball, but it fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. It is nice short throws. Up to the right, to the left, and your backup camera is going to come up with your parking sensors, and the lines do turn with the steering wheel as well. Now coming down here, cup holders are pretty decent, so if you like to put drinks in your Bullitt, you can definitely do that. You can put water bottles in both, of course. It's going to hold. No big deal. It's a cup holder. It's what it's for. E-brake, which is nice that they still have this and haven't gone to the electronic e-brake yet. More green stitching running right through here. Nicely padded armrest with a decent amount of storage. Now you do have your USB in here for your Apple CarPlay, though this one does have the known ring around it. You can still use the USB up here for Apple CarPlay as well. Auto dimming mirror, your interior illumination, which isn't LED, just normal lights. I do like how it says Ford right there, pretty cool little touch. Your home link is going to be located right up there. There we go. Storage space in here. I do like how you can still lock it. Most cars don't do that nowadays. But yeah, pretty simplistic interior. I'll show you guys the back because I'm not going to hop back there. It's basically a shelf to put things on. It's very, very tight, as you guys can see. There's probably about 3 inches between the seat and here. My wife was sitting here and she's 5 feet tall, so that gives you an idea of how you cannot fit someone back there unless you absolutely had to, and it would be very uncomfortable. But you even have green stitching back here, which is nice. The seats are really, really low, so even if you are back there, you do sit a little low, but the head space, you are going to hit the window back here if you're above, let's say, 5'10". But yeah, that's pretty much it for the interior of the Mustang Bullitt. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the car. So there's only 2 ways to get into the trunk of the Bullitt. You can use, of course, the button on the key, or there's a button here. I'm gonna push that. Also, I forgot to tell you guys this earlier, but you do have a little coin pocket in here, which is pretty large. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk. So once the trunk is popped, you do actually have a decent amount of space. It does open up pretty wide. Now the opening is a little odd shaped, so it could be hard to get items in there. I just have trash bags back here. But you do have a sub for your Bang & Olufsen sound system. Which, by the way, if you guys have heard of Bang & Olufsen, Audi has used them before, and they are a fantastic audio system. But you have a decent amount of storage space back here. Not too bad. If I scoot this back, lift this up, you're going to have a fix-a-flat there, because you do have run flats on here. No spare, as you guys can see, but it is funny because you do have an area where a spare could go. But what you guys all want to know, let's check out underneath the hood. Now, coming under the hood of the Mustang Bullitt, here is where you're going to find something a little bit more special than just a normal GT. So they did massage this motor to pump out 480 horsepower. That's going to be a few tweaks in the motor, like having the massive cold air from the GT350, and you have a wider 87 millimeter throttle body that's going to help feed and pump a lot more air into that motor, thus helping it make more power. So like I said, 480 horsepower, and going to the rear wheels, 6-speed manual. It's going to be an absolutely fun car. Let's go ahead and get it out on the road. What is up, you guys? So behind the wheel of the 2019 Mustang Bullitt. Now I have to admit, when I first heard about this car, I wasn't impressed at all. I just thought, you know, it's just a looks package and it's not really going to be that great. I was very, very wrong. The Bullitt, it may not seem like much, but guys, this car is so fun. It's so fun. Now, essentially this will sit right in between the Mustang GT and the Shelby, sort of. So, and I'd say it'd be a little bit below where a Mustang GT Performance Pack 2. So I'd say GT Performance Pack, the Bullitt, and then the Performance Pack 2, then the Shelby. That's kind of the order it'll fall in. Now, you do have 480 horsepower coming out of this motor. The cool thing is you do have the premium and the performance package standard on this vehicle, and of course you have the Bullitt specific touches. My favorite part though about this car is the exhaust. It's specifically tuned for this car, and I'm gonna put the windows down, maybe you guys can hear this. Oh my gosh. One cool thing to note about this vehicle is that, aside from the Bullitt name, I really think it fills a pretty good gap, almost being like a GTS, sort of like a Porsche GTS of the Mustang lineup. It's got those custom specific touches, and it's just very, very unique. You don't get the full-on handling and everything that you do in the Performance Pack 2 or the Shelby, but it gives you a perfect balance. I really think this is a very, very solid vehicle. I definitely choose this over a Performance Pack Mustang. Now, of course, you do have rev matching downshifts, which you either hate it or love it. I personally don't mind it because my rev matching skills aren't always as consistent as this, especially when you're slowing down pretty fast. I've never been to a track or anything, so I have no clue how to do all the heel toe stuff, and this really helps. Jeez, listen to that exhaust. This thing sounds so good, guys. I'm telling you. You really do have to drive one to understand. I mean, it's almost Maserati, Aston Martin-like. It is that good. Now, I got a little tunnel here. Let's see if I can give you guys some exhaust action. Yes. Anyone coming? Nope. Okay, so one thing I was advised not really to do was to show you guys how line lock works. Now, I am a car reviewer and I must let my viewers know everything about the car, so I'd hate to leave you guys ill-informed. So here is how line lock works. Alright guys, to use line lock in the Bullitt Mustang, same as any other Mustang, you're going to hit your Mustang button right here, going to click on track apps, go to line lock. From then you're going to hold OK. Then literally you want to slam your foot on the brake and hold it there as hard as you can and leave it there. Like hold it all the way down, and then when you hit OK, it's going to grab the brake. You guys are going to hear that. And then make sure you're in first gear. Let's do it. Alright guys, so here's my favorite part of the video, night shots. So here is the Bullitt at night. This thing looks incredible, especially here in downtown Fort Worth. You've got the just menacing black color on this thing. The lights really just make it look just super mean. So I'll give you guys a close-up of what this thing looks like. Seriously, such a good looking car. Even if you don't like the black Bullitt, you gotta admit this thing looks absolutely fantastic. Let's check out the inside though. So, inside the car, I have the windows down, that way you guys can get a slightly better look at it. Love that gauge cluster. Everything just looks really cool. So you guys can see there, super lit up. You do have the pony logo down there, so as you open your door, you guys can see you've got the pony emblem right there. Just looks super sweet. Love that. Just the gauge cluster. I do have lighting in here. I do have coffee in here, sorry. Craft work. But yeah, it is definitely one sharp looking car. All right, guys, well, that's gonna wrap up my time with the 2019 Mustang Bullitt. This car seriously impressed me a lot more than I thought it did. You know, originally I just thought Ford kind of really didn't go all out with this Bullitt. It seems like they kind of just barely put any effort into it, but after driving it, it really is a more special, more unique car than just getting the Mustang GT with the performance pack and the premium package. I say if you have the extra couple of grand, because really it's not much more than a GT with the performance pack and the premium package, I say go for the Bullitt. It's a little bit more special. You get that beautiful, beautiful exhaust note, and you get one cool car, and of course the best part is that they are specifically numbered, so there's a limited run of these. If you can tolerate black or green as your only color options, I definitely think it's the way to go if you have the money to get it. It is such a fantastic, fun, and unique car. But for those of you Ford fans that stayed till the end of the video, I did want to let you know that I have a video of the Ford Edge ST coming to you guys in just a few days. And you want to be sure to hit that subscribe button over to the left, because in December, I'll be checking out the brand new Ford Ranger. So be sure you guys stay tuned for that. You can also click to the right to check out some more of my other videos. Thank you guys for watching, and y'all take care.